Welcome back. Shit happened.
So much
Oh
shit.
boy. So much shit happened. When last we left our heroes, Robin Hood had instructed them to go kill Merlin again. So we went. We went to the castle. We looted a dungeon. We talked to some knights. And we went up to the castle keep to confront Merlin. But not only did we fail to kill Merlin, but we find ourselves in a bizarre time. A time displaced by anything we could possibly know. Right now, we are currently rapier deep into one John Watson. Oh, good heavens! What, you just routinely go around parks and stab any stranger you meet?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Oh. Well, that's illegal. Exceptionally so.
I am
You
an
should be
outlaw.
arrested.
Try me.
The man with the pipe pipes up. Huh? Now, what I want to know is what are a bunch of medieval reenactors doing in the middle of the park?
Medieval.
Yes.
Park?
Yes.
Middle?
Yes.
Reenactors.
Of?
Yes!
Do you know Merlin?
What are you wearing?
A suit? And a hat?
Your suit of armor would be much more appropriate than a suit of whatever that is. Suit of fabric, that doesn't make any sense.
It's tweed.
As my companion says, we seek the wizard Merlin.
Yes.
What have you done with him?
You his friends.
This isn't Camelot, and this isn't Sherwood at the time of Prince John.
No to all of the My God.
You still have God.
This is fascinating. You are fascinating, might I just say. Yes, we do still have God. That is still very much a thing. But that would explain some of the anomalies that we've been experiencing.
This isn't hell, is it?
To my knowledge, no. But it is London.
Okay,
So
same thing.
pretty close. Goodness, I suppose I should explain what's going on here. I have this stunning desire to exposit.
We were doing battle with a time wizard and now we're here.
That seems extraordinarily illogical, yet would make a lot of pieces fall into place.
Who are you?
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Pleasure.
Pleasure.
It's a funny name.
I'm not sure yours would be much better in that case. He kind of like puffs himself up.
My name is Hypatia d'Amour. I am La Rossignol of the French opera.
His eyebrows go up.
My eyebrows go up.
My growler goes up and I take a big swig.
Now, forgive my asking, but could we just, take a quick aside, maybe get my friend here some bandages and go over into this park here and discuss things like rational human beings?
Is there a log we can sit on somewhere around here? Let's gather round.
There are benches over yonder, we could do such a thing. And he kind of like guides you all to some benches. There are some pigeons. So you all sit upon benches, Watson and Holmes start patching up his rapier wound.
So who's the king?
Queen, actually. And she's been recently deposed.
Oh. Well,
Yes, up until about a few days ago, Queen Victoria was alive and well, and she has been brutally murdered. And I'm currently on that case.
okay, so hold on. Deposed and assassinated are different words.
I'm trying to take as many necessary measures to make myself seem as prim and proper as necessary, especially when dealing with matters of getting axed.
So we're outlaws.
I've gathered that, yes, and he takes like a puff of his pipe.
Well, we didn't dispose of the queen. Just to make things clear, we are outlaws, but we did not do that.
You have
We're
an
looking
alibi?
for Merlin. If you just point us in that direction, we'd be on our way.
Here's the other thing. You keep quoting a mythological figure of Arthurian legend.
Legend.
Yes? Yes.
He looked like
Up
this.
until-
I unfurled a wanted poster.
Fascinating.
Have you seen this wizard?
No, I have not.
You're investigating the murder of your queen? have you ascertained any clues or evidence?
We have, and a lot of it does not make any sense.
Perhaps if time were a factor, would that help make sense?
I had considered some rather illogical methods to her murder. For example, her head was chopped off.
Ooh, interesting. Do you have the head still?
Why on God's green earth would I have her head?
No, that's a great idea. Do you have the head?
Have you tried asking?
No. What?
She does necromancy. Don't worry about it.
And she's very excited about using it.
Do you have the head, or have you asked her? Which was the no?
We do not have the head of Queen Victoria, no.
Problematic.
Rubbish.
Well, maybe the body could just point in the direction.
She's been buried.
Okay, well, let's go get her.
That is extraordinarily illegal. I keep forgetting your outlaws. Why do I keep bringing up the legality of options?
So we left our leader back in the hands of an angry time wizard. We have an assassinated monarch. We have this detective who can't seem to put 2 and 2 together without accounting for time.
Pardon me if I ask a lot of questions, because I truly do have a lot of questions. You keep mentioning Robin. You wouldn't happen to be Sir Robin Hood, would you?
Correct.
Yes.
He's not a knight. Don't call him sir.
I have a follow-up question. It starts with what and ends in the fuck.
Is there anything in the middle of the
In the
question?
middle, that's what I was going to say.
that gives it
Not
more
really,
context?
no. I think that's about the long and short of it.
Mr. Holmes,
Yes.
I don't know. We're being very clear here. We were out to murder a time wizard who we had previously murdered. He broke out of hell, and he sent us before you, and now we're trying to find him so that we can steal his power to get back.
It's not that I don't believe you. Trust me. I really,
Okay.
really want to believe you.
Sure.
It's just that your story is so incredulously far-fetched.
Indeed.
Can I show Sherlock Holmes my shield?
You may.
Would this add a man of your thinking caliber, wise in the ways of history? Would this mean anything to you?
He pulls out like a little monocle and kind of adjusts it to take a look-see at it. Good God. Why, museums have been looking for shields like this for centuries to show any proof of Arthurian legend having any sort of merit to it.
Hang on now. That's from Arthurian times, you said?
If
Arthurian?
his legacy has lasted this long, then there would be a possibility of a self-described master detective understanding what it is I carry.
A burden, from what it sounds like.
Hold the fuck up, Penwick.
Pendragon, actually.
Oh my God! Get the fuck out of here!
Fuck off!
Does the case stand
Fuck
for
out of
gay?
here! I cannot with you.
Hey, what the fuck?
I suppose if we're going to be gallivanting through time, I should probably come clean.
I am like actively like climbing on top of you, like to hit you in the head.
I'm
like I am
so
on your
mad right now.
shoulders.
That's, oh my God. Can you?
You're a cuck! Lancelot fucked your wife!
To be clear, everyone settle down. I don't carry the authority of the king. I'm not Arthur.
Then which Pendragon are you?
I'm Kay, the proper son of Lord Pendragon, an older brother to my adopted bastard brother Arthur.
I think this is entrapment! I monkey my way back down.
I will explain as best I can. Something happened with my brother and Merlin and the knights. Arthur and the knights and Merlin devised a stratagem to restore the right of kings, the divine right of kings, the Arthurian right, and I'm quoting here, through time. So the round table was brought to your era in order to begin sowing the seeds of such.
And we killed them. Well, we killed Merlin.
Killed Merlin, as far as I understand, but that was after my departure from the round table. I could not stand for it. All things must end, especially Arthur's reign. Our time had come and he was trying to claim more of it. So, I visited an old friend of mine, Robin Hood, warned him of the plan, and told him should anything come to light, it is our responsibility to do something about it, which to his credit he has. I just worry now, seeing where we are, and this man here, and what we know, that the issue goes further than I could have feared.
That does piece together quite a few holes in my little mystery that I've been having here, yes. We have narrowed down two possibilities. The first, of course, was this was some would-be assassin who had a penchant for medieval weaponry and a bit of a bloodlust kink, let's put it that way.
So we can rule out magic.
We can rule out magic because her head was indeed cut clean off of her body. The second, and more probable answer, we believe that my arch-nemesis Professor Moriarty may have had something to do with it. Now, both of these things could be equally true.
So, how would it benefit? They want to bring back, they killed the queen because they want to bring back the right of, they fucking hate women.
Is there somebody named Arthur on the throne now?
Currently we have nobody on throne.
That's not how succession works. You should have someone in line.
But they haven't been coronated yet, you see. There is someone in line, but they have not yet been coronated.
Oh, who is that?
It would have been her son, Edward VII.
Okay.
Does he suck as much as Prince John sucked?
Prince John? Oh, right, back in
The phony King of England?
Well, he's a bit inexperienced at the time, at right now.
How old is he?
I'll say, you know what, he's a boy. He's a young
Okay.
boy.
Okay.
I'll say that she died a lot sooner than she was supposed to, maybe in her 30s, as opposed to her 64-year reign.
Okay.
So yeah, he'd be a very small boy, like maybe 5 or
Okay.
6.
So do we think that the plan is for Arthur to be the advisor to the young boy?
I will say
I'm
cutting
not-
heads off is not Arthur's style.
Would you know that there would be any knight that would be sort of, you know, murder happy?
There are a
in
lot
such
of
way?
us, but if you're going
God damn it.
penchant for violence, the first name that comes to mind is always Lancelot. Or me.
I see. Or you.
But I'm here.
But it wasn't you, or so you claim.
Well, no, I was fighting a time wizard.
He was with us. That I can
So you
verify.
have?
I wish you told us. I wish you told us this sooner.
It
You
was
know,
supposed
I
to
would have
be a secret.
prepared for jumping into. Yes, but you're dealing with fucking time. Who gives
I
a
did
fuck
not
if it's a
think
secret?
we'd be transported 500 years in the future. My apologies. I thought it was limited to your time.
So what will you have us do? Because usually last time we ended up in the wrong time, we just kind of fucked around for a while and then went back. Because we had the means to go back. But I don't know that we have the means to... Sal, do you know how to do time magic?
No, I do not know how to do time magic. I know how to set things aflame.
You keep saying that you and Augusta stole his power, right? Can't you do time magic?
Yes.
That was temporary, unfortunately.
Remember, time magic is very dangerous, which is why you don't just go out
Right.
and learn it.
And fire magic, not dangerous.
Less dangerous than time magic.
Yeah, fire magic is non-dangerous.
You could burn down the church, but you could also make it not exist with time magic.
Why does it have to be a church? What?
Well, we have cornered the whereabouts of Moriarty's, company, I suppose we could call it. He's been hiding out in a rural village outside of London, which is baffling. Why he would go there, I don't know. As far as figuring out who murdered the Queen, one, we've put... Edward has gone into hiding Obviously, we've taken that precaution. But I am truly fascinated about asking the Queen directly. It's a very bold claim, one that I'm not taking with
What's
any
bold?
grains of salt.
What part?
The bringing her back from the dead part.
I don't
No,
believe
super
this
easy.
era has necromancers.
No. Magic is not real.
So, Jenny, question. Did this count as a conversation where we talk to our allies about what's happened and catch our breath?
This is a catch our breath moment. Yes, we are currently
Yeah.
catching our breath.
I am going to be rolling 3d6, and if I get a 4 or higher on the third, then a complication for my
Alright.
cast shall arise.
I am excited to see if that happens.
So the first 2 dice were a 2 and a 4.
2 and a 4.
And then I rolled the last one, and it was a 6.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Sick.
So Jenny just gets to put that in her pocket for later.
So have
I
fun
do.
with that.
I do get to put a complication from your past in my pocket for later. Okay, so you're up to full. You took a breath. We're all hunky. We're all Dory.
Yes, I'm hunky.
Yeah, you are.
And Dr. John Watson has been transported to the hospital, yes?
Yeah, he's on his way.
Okay,
he's
great.
going to the hospital. An ambulance has arrived
Thank God.
and is taking John Watson to the hospital.
So are we like walking to where the queen is buried?
Yes, we are. And that's
Should
gonna
we
a
be
problem.
doing this in broad daylight?
What? Why not?
That is an awesome question.
It's a miniseries.
It's a miniseries. We can do anything in broad daylight.
Can I pull Sherlock Holmes aside for a second to ask a question?
You may.
So, if you don't have necromancy in this time, is that because all you detectives killed the necromancers? Because it would make your job obsolete.
What a bizarre question to ask. What an odd thing to say. No, not to my knowledge. I don't think detectives were part of the age of necromancy going extinct. If I had to wager any kind of guess, I believe men do what they always do and they destroy what they fear.
Interesting. Do you want to learn necromancy? Because it seems like to do your job properly, it would help a lot.
If it does work, and
It
let me
does.
be extraordinarily skeptical about this, that's a huge
Okay.
if.
It's going to.
You're extraordinarily bold, madam, if I must say.
Why, thank you. And she there's a bunch of unruly hair coming out from the wimple, and she just flings it as if to do a hair flip, but it's 3 pieces.
Well, if it does work, then consider me
does.
exceptionally curious.
Okay, it's a date. Just keep walking.
So we get to the royal graveyard. As expected, there are 2 men in bright red shirts with big black hats.
What is that?
What's what?
That! Points at the
Man.
He's a royal guard.
He's not wearing any armor.
No, I suppose not.
Why is there a dead skunk on his head?
It's not a skunk. It is a hat.
What is that stick he is carrying?
That's a gun.
What?
A gun.
Elaborate.
It is a rifled barrel powered by gunpowder that releases an explosion near the back and shoots a projectile forward.
Oh, so it's pyromancy.
Magic.
Give me a gun.
Give Teddy a gun.
It's so good.
Yes!
Can I have a gun, please?
The guard says nothing. He stands stoically and he gazes forward.
If we can't have their gun, where can we get a gun, Mr. Holmes?
Obtaining a weapon wouldn't be terribly difficult. There are gun stores.
How much do they cost?
I have 1 gold.
I have 10 that I stole from sister.
What? Hold on.
Could go anywhere between 10 and 21 shillings.
What's a shilling?
What's a shilling?
What's a shilling?
Think of it like a gold piece.
Everybody, we could buy 30 of these guns.
Oh shit, that's so many. Wow, magic is cheap in the future.
Yeah, that's
This
very
is amazing.
wow.
Go buy guns.
So what you're saying is you want to split the party
No,
so that you
no,
can go
no.
buy
I'm
guns.
mostly kidding. Let's go dig up the queen's corpse.
We have a guard to get through.
Don't worry, I got this. Excuse us, so we need to get through.
The guard says nothing and stares forward blankly.
Do they actually like try to stop us if we like just tried to go in? If they're saying
I mean,
nothing.
like, You've got
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes with you. He's a police
yeah,
detective.
there's no.
Yeah,
Teddy just starts walking.
Yeah, you can
just
just
gonna
go in.
Okay, great.
thank you.
I've given you a nothing burger guard.
They're much easier than the knights.
Jenny, you taught us that guns exist. That is not a nothing burger.
That's definitely not gonna bite anybody in the ass.
Digging up the corpse might be a bit of a bigger issue.
Okay.
Nah,
Because I don't know if you knew this, but they put those things 6 feet in the ground.
Ooh, interesting.
we've got magic.
Okay, somebody dig this lady up.
So you don't currently have shovels. I don't think that was given in your adventuring kits.
I got unusual materials, above average crafting, and etc.
That I think that would qualify since you did go out and buy the expensive one. So yeah, you would produce a shovel from your adventuring kit, considering you're the only one that got the big expensive one.
Okay, I hand the shovel over to Kit Pendragon. Like, hop two.
Oh, I said, all right then.
You got this.
The guards look pensive at you carrying weapons in the middle of a graveyard, especially the
wave.
royal one.
They move.
I'm going to begin digging up this grave now. If anyone has any objections.
Well, the guards look like they might.
Can't you just tell them, Mr. Sherlock, that this is part of your investigation?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a check for Sherlock here, actually. Oh, sick, he rolled an 8. That's awesome. Good for him. Excuse me, lads. Nothing to see here. We're just doing a quick autopsy of the Queen's body. Carry on. We'll be with you in a moment. We'll put everything back where we found it. So you go ahead and you dig things up. Do you want to make a check for this? Just to make it go a little quicker? Because it's gonna take a bit.
Would it be... Can I argue athletics?
You can argue athletics.
Cool, because then I rolled an 8.
Solid. Okay, you're a big, strong fellow. You might be a little out of shape, but you still have, everything going for you where you need it to.
While he's digging, I move his shield to the other side when he isn't looking.
Do not touch my fucking...
This bit.
It does take about a half hour to dig it all up.
I'm just like standing in like a hole in the ground looking at the 5 other people who all also have arms. I'm like, cool, no, very, very great. Thank you for the assistance.
We're trying to figure out how to get Salvador and Teddy guns. I think that's what we're doing while you're doing this.
You are digging, I am smoking. I think it's a pretty decent exchange here.
No, very, very equal. Thank you, thank you.
Mr. Pendragon, you didn't ask for help.
Saving my strength for the necromancy, so
I'm getting the dead queen. It's fine.
Salvador is going to roll their eyes. They're going to, if you allow me, Jenny, to take my same rose again, and instead of a quarterstaff, it turns into a shovel.
You know what? That's fun. I'll allow it.
You didn't ask for help, but I'm helping you anyways. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for your help. This will make things go faster.
So you reach the casket of Queen Victoria.
what's like the head situation of this corpse?
Let's find out. Prying it open.
Well, let's just say it was a closed funeral for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a
So no head?
You have it. What? Don't meme at me. So you open up the casket of Queen Victoria, and sure enough, there is a decapitated head. It's been, made up as best as it possibly can to look nice. But, no mincing words here. It's a decapitated head. And her body, which has been, very lovingly dressed up and buried properly. It's a very good, beautiful burial, aside from the fact that it's a severed head.
I grab the head by the hair. And I just
Henwick!
plop out of the grave holding it. Well, I'm a knight of the round table. This is
This is perfect. He's doing a great job.
You don't hand woman like that? Jesus Christ, give it to me.
I mean, you can listen. Some them like it. Just saying, I've been there. Juliet,
Consent is important. Okay.
I'm going to hold the head still. The necromancer can do what she needs to do, and the rest of you can ask it any question you want. I will hold the head.
if she says she doesn't like it, we can put her down. It's fine.
Fine.
Okay, so Alright, I'm gonna roll for necromancy. That's only a 6, but I'll spend I'm gonna spend 3 wits to bump the score up by 3. So it's a 9. So now it's a success. And then I'm gonna spend, well, we'll see how many questions we end up asking. Okay, first off, Queen, do you consent to us talking to your severed head?
By the hair, being held by the hair.
By the hair. Do you like hair pulling? Are you cool with this?
All at once, a breath goes into the severed head of Queen Victoria, and her eyes shoot open and are a stark white color.
Hello.
Good heavens! Where in God's name am I?
Dead.
Not the question I asked.
No, it is not. Yes, I consent to you holding my head.
Okay, that's number 1. Good.
It is a pleasure to meet you. I'd say Your Majesty, but we kind of, as a rule, don't respect royalty.
Okay, don't tell her that right now, Merritt. Second, who killed you?
The last things I recall was there was a man in a suit of armor. Yes, he was a very tall, imposing figure. I imagine he rode in on a white horse, and he bore a golden cross upon his chest. Yes, but behind him was a balding man with a large bushy moustache, and, yes, Professor Moriarty, if I recall.
Okay, and then I just like kind of like hit Sherlock Holmes like in the chest. I'm like, I solved your case. You're welcome. Next question.
He's just like staring in disbelief about everything that's happening at current.
Have the guards noticed that we're talking to the Queen's decapitated head, by the way?
Oh yeah, like this is not something you can exactly hide.
Sweet. Did you hear them talking about anything important before you died?
Can you be more specific?
Like, did they say anything to you, or they just walked in and chopped off your head?
Secret plans, hideout,
Hijinks.
Spells, spell casting.
Were they getting
secret-
along? Did they like each other? Were they bickering?
Did they kiss?
They did not kiss.
No kissing. Okay, not romantic.
No, it was not romantic at all. I believe the general consensus betwixt the two is that they were compatriots in arms. Yes. It was very bizarre. I believe the knight had referred to Moriarty by a different name. I didn't quite catch it personally. I think it was a something.
Merlin?
Ooh.
Merlin. That's the one.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's 3 questions. I think we got all the information we needed.
Are you okay to spend the magic to ask if there's anything she wants us to tell Edward for her? Like, I feel like it's kind of a dick move to reanimate somebody and not let them have final
Okay.
words.
Yeah, sure, I guess. You want us to tell your son something?
Tell him he's a cunt.
He's like 7!
Your son? The little boy?
I hate that boy.
Okay, well, that was
grief.
that was a waste of a question. Merritt?
I'm sorry!
Turn off the necromancer.
I didn't realize Queen Victoria sucks just as much as Prince John did.
They're all royals. They're all like this.
I was going to say, the hint is in the title.
Queen.
Yeah.
So how you doing, Sherlock?
I drop the head in the hole.
I think I need to lie down.
What's up, all you grave robbing aficionados out there? It's me, Grant, the guy playing Kay Penwick on this show, and I'm here to tell you about stuff that is cool and good and fixes your colon. I saw the results. You should try listening to these shows. Starting with our good pals over at Tales Yet Told.
Once upon a time, in a county called Sublime, there was a child lost in the wood. He was an odd boy with a mind full of stories and possibilities, tall tales and unending curiosities. Yet, despite the boy's marvelous imagination, there was no one around with whom he could share his ideas, or at least no one that would listen. So he was lost and alone, frightened in the wood, until along came the stranger, who said that he understood. He was the guardian of the Sublime, a keeper of children lost before their time, and it was his duty to watch over those who had wandered into his land, to keep them safe and help them thrive with his guiding hand. And so he gifted the boy two things quite peculiar, a roll and a machine, that both made him the ruler of all the stories and lives deep within the wood. Now all must listen to the boy, just as they should. Our Lives in the Wood is a horror actual play series exploring the tragic lives and stories of the citizens of Sublime County, orchestrated by one of the stranger's most devious of servants, the writer. Witness the everyday lives of those lost within this terrible wood and glimpse the hope shining dimly in the dark. Enjoy tightly edited episodes with immersive sound design and a rotating cast of guests playing a wide variety of indie TTRPGs. Brought to you by Tales Yet Told, wherever you get your podcasts.
I know this is gonna be weird coming from me, but genuinely, if you've enjoyed the sound design on Game Master Monday at all, then you should be listening to Tales Yet Told, especially their In the Woods series. Because I've actively stolen from Kendo. I've heard things that show does, and I think to myself, how does one do that thing? And I've implemented them on the show for things like Hell Whalers and They Were Daughter Mates and even Sherwood. But even outside of beautiful sound design, it's also brilliantly run, masterfully written. The performances on there are so damn good. One of the premier actual play shows. I'm not kidding. I'm never kidding. Don't question me again. If you've been enjoying the GM stylings of Jenny during Sherwood Kill the Round Table, well, maybe you should check out a little show called Fire Emblem Fallen Kingdom.
Hey, up on your feet, soldier. There are better places to take a nap than on the ground, you know. This is a live battlefield. We've need of your steel. The kingdom of Alberic is fallen, and we are at the mercy of the Empire of Bienenstock. Grab your blade, hone your magics, and tune in to Fire Emblem Fallen Kingdom Fridays at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, uploaded to youtube.com at Red Echo Games. This is a homebrew actual play series, DM'd by Jenny of Game Master Monday fame, and featuring a 6-person cast of characters as they venture through a setting inspired by Nintendo's Fire Emblem franchise. So catch up, we've already got a whole adventure ahead of us, and much more to come. And if the long-form format scares you, you can get your feet wet with our Clips playlist before deciding to charge into battle head first. So get up! Together, we ride!
You've probably heard that Jenny will be taking more of a backseat role here at Game Master Monday following the conclusion of Sherwood. But I don't want you to be sad, because there's no reason why you shouldn't be checking out her YouTube series, Fire Emblem Fallen Kingdom. It's a completely original system. She designed it herself. She's the game master of it. It's well edited. It's a fun time. Good table shenanigans, gripping story. Everything you've come to like from Jenny as a game master here is honestly infinitely better over there. So go continue to show her your support. I know where you are. Now, let's adjust our little funny hats, get out our magnifying glasses, take a smoke of that pipe, and get back to Sherwood Kill the Round Table.
Now, about those guns.
Yes, guns.
It does seem like it's time to go buy some guns.
I'm going to be sick, I believe.
Don't get too sick. We're going on a necromantic date now, so you should pick a very nice restaurant.
Yes,
Yep.
There's this wonderful pub that I plan on drowning my sorrows in later.
Okay, wonderful.
Our next objective is getting Teddy and Salvador a magic fire weapon, I believe is what we said.
Take about a 40-minute walk to get to a gun store.
We would like to buy 1 gun, please.
I think we need at least 2 guns.
We would like to buy 2 guns, please.
Well, is this shopkeep a man or a woman, please, Jenny?
It's a man.
I'm down here, sir.
So you are. And what can I do for you today? It's
2.
my shopkeeper voice.
2 guns.
2. That's extraordinarily non-specific. We've got flintlock pistols, we've got rifles. That's about the only 2 things I have planned.
Oh, various spells. Okay.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Well, you could equate a flintlock pistol to a crossbow, and you could equate a rifle to a longbow. If I had to be extraordinarily specific as to our rules.
Very
Like
helpful.
I said, they're magic bows, magic fire bows.
What do you suggest as a starter?
As a starter, well, a pistol wouldn't be a bad idea if you're a bit better in the wrist. All you need to do is load it, put in your powder, put in your ball, and then you cock it back, and then you fire, and then you have to repeat that whole process again.
You put in your balls and then you cock it? What?
God damn it,
Is everyone in the
Hypatia.
future so horny?
Is all the guns set up like that with that long process?
Well, the rifle is about the same, yes. The rifle is a much longer variant. You would hold it vertically like so. You would put in your gunpowder in the muzzle here. You would tamp it down, and you would put your ball in. You would cock the weapon, and then you would fire. And then you repeat that.
This one looks like it takes 6 bullets. I'm pointing at a revolver.
Oh, that would be a revolver, yes. You would load your bullets individually in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fling back the chamber here, and then you pull back the hammer, pull the trigger, and simple as that. Simple as lying.
I'll take 2 of those.
That one seems much better. Yes.
I would say that the revolver would be about the 3d6 threshold for damage there. And I would say it would run you about 25 shillings.
Do you take gold?
I hold up a gold piece from our time. I only have 1. Now, get this. Get this. This is from the time of Robin Hood.
Color me
It's an
curious.
antique.
It's old money.
I'm trying to use silver tongue to persuade this person to, think that this gold is extremely valuable, which it is, probably.
To be fair, you don't have to like that. It is extremely valuable. This should be in a museum.
I don't doubt it.
Teddy's like, how about if I slide you these 3 gold pieces for 2 of those guns?
That sounds like quite the bargain.
Yeah.
You know, I would definitely agree on that one. Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
there you go.
How many guns do you want, Salvador? That's right, I called you Salvador.
Thank you. I'll take 2. I'm gonna put down 3 gold as well.
All right. So 2 guns. We're just all getting guns today. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the 1-arm ones are the 3d6 and the 2-arm ones are the 4d6.
Cool.
I'll buy a gun.
Well, I'll buy a gun. We have given Knights of the Round Table guns.
I'm going to be honest, I like my daggers. So,
Could you point me in the direction where I could fill up this? And I just pull out my growler. Wonderful! I'll be across the street.
Sir Holmes, how urgent is going to the edges of the village? Because, we time traveled, so, we're not on a schedule here?
I would wager that it is rather urgent to get there because, the prince's life is at risk.
Get it to go, sister.
Okay! So we don't have to roleplay the whole thing out, but I want to basically go into the pub, fill up my growler,
You reach behind the counter, pull down the tab.
and then pay however much I need to pay to bump it up to either the 3d6 or the 4d6.
You know what?
It's currently it's a 2d6.
How much gold you got?
I have 32 gold.
I'm gonna let you do it for the price of a 4d6 weapon.
Okay, so how much is that? That's
It was 14 gold.
okay. Cool. Nice.
So she got wine, is what we're saying here. She got,
Yeah.
I
fancy
come-
ass wine.
Yeah.
come out, and I don't have my growler anymore. I have just 2 wine bottles that are strapped to either side. My
You know,
hips.
for sentimental reasons, I'll still say you have your growler. How about that?
Okay, I also have it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you'll still have it for sentimental reasons. So you'll have that.
Okay.
You got the growler on your back.
So I have
like
the
a
empty.
backpack.
Okay, yeah, empty growler strapped to my back, and I have a wine bottle now that I hold by the neck and.
Dual wielding wine bottles.
Is there anything else we should get in London?
Modern conveniences in Victorian era London that I'd recommend. That's a great question. That you'd be able to carry upon your body. Apart from getting a vehicle, I don't think so.
What's that? Is that what those metal things are?
Yes, those are called cars.
Do you have
They're new.
one?
I do. Yes. It's just back at my my agency, but I could go get it. It's no big deal.
Well, if we're leaving town, it makes sense to take a carriage.
Is it? Goodness, I'm not gonna get used to that. Yes, it would.
Excellent.
Time has been well and truly quangled.
Time has been well and truly
I'm just saying,
wangled.
I have +2 to riding. I might be able to drive.
No, wait.
Totally makes sense. Adds up 1 to 1.
We get to Sherlock Holmes' agency, and yes, he does have an old station wagon.
It is 21
I don't fucking know what cars were around. A Model T? You want to give a Model T to him?
This is like
Jesus.
what,
sounds
late
right.
1800s, early 1900s? Yeah, probably around
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like, the thing about the Model T is that they didn't come out with new models every year. The Model T lasted, like, for fucking ever.
Yeah,
It
so
wasn't
Model
just
T
that it was,
fair
like,
enough.
durable, but, like, they literally didn't make any other cars for a really long time.
Welcome to 7 Idiots Talk About History.
So you all uncomfortably fit into the back of his Model T, and one of you sits up front with him.
I sit up front.
I'll also allow you guys to take John Watson's Model T as well. But someone has to drive, is the problem.
I have writing.
Got it.
You know, I think that's really funny enough to work.
I got a +3 in it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You want to drive? You want to drive a car?
Yeah.
Also, for the record, automatic transmissions didn't exist yet.
I'll figure it out. How hard can it be? Gang?
Gang.
I rolled a 12 on the die. +3 writing.
Motherfucking-
I'm going to still
15.
insist on calling you Sir Penwick for the record. Sir Penwick fucking crit.
So there's a knight of the round table driving a Model T.
So who's taking whose car? Obviously, Sir Penwick is driving
Yeah, I think
Watson's.
I've made it my mission to annoy him, so I am with him for sure.
Then I'm with Sherlock.
I'm with Sherlock.
Well, I guess I just did just say I'm with Penwick, so I'm with Penwick.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Teddy's going to Sherlock Holmes' car.
How do you know what all those levers do?
I don't know, but it just makes some logical sense.
Everything makes sense. It's like a horse to me.
I'm staring at this and my mind is clicking.
I'm passing the growler around because I assume I filled up the growler too, and then just like pass that around in the car.
Sherlock abstains. He's driving.
Okay.
You end up in a small depot outside of the city. It's surrounded by forest, as most of London currently is, and it is a little 3-story building. It looks to be unguarded, but you can almost feel the watchful eye of people from the 2nd and 3rd level windows, almost as if you've been expected.
Is there like one specific window we feel we are being watched through but cannot see into? Or is it like, I'll use a cantrip to like do my little danger sense thing if you feel like I need to in order to get an answer to this, but can I tell like kind of roughly the area where it seems like people are watching us from? Just my
I feel like that would be worth the danger sense, yeah.
Okay, so I will mark off 1 willpower to be able to perceive that.
Okay.
And then, so I can tell kind of which curtains were being peered behind. I sense the motion of the curtains, yes?
Yes, you do.
Great.
Most of the motion you can sense is coming from the 3rd story. You get the sneaking suspicion that you have, at least in your brain, you have archers watching at you at the ready.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. I narrow my eyes. And I do have true seeing. And I would like to spend 2 willpower and make a true seeing clairvoyance skill check in order to see in that room. It will cost me 2 willpower because it is less than a mile from me. So I am trying to see a place that I am not currently in. Okay.
So you're doing that to see the 3rd story building.
Yeah, I'm trying to like see who's in that room.
Gotcha.
I'm going to roll for true seeing.
Radical.
I rolled very badly.
Oh no.
Modern technology is interfering with my true sight. Radio waves are now a thing, and they are interfering with my ability to use clairvoyance.
That's the most fascinating take on why magic is gone.
Are there lights around us as we're going out? They're like lamps, right? This is like...
They're streetlights. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still like lamps. They're not.
They
like
have to be lit, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're lamps.
Okay. Feeling that we're being watched, I'm going to use one of the cantrips to just extinguish the flame around us.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah. Okay.
Again, I'm just, instead of taking out the whole rose, it's just a petal, and I kind of crush it between my fingers and throw it in the air, and all the lamps just...
And now we can sneak better.
You are under complete cover of darkness.
Shall we sneak, Sir Holmes?
Yes, I believe that would be prudent. There are 2 entrances to this area, as you can see. There is the main level, which has the big front door at the front, and there is what appears to be some sort of a staff entrance near the back. The staff entrance is locked, but the front door is not. And when you approach, it looks like it's an old sheriff's office.
My danger sense is good for an hour. Does one of those ping me more than the other? In terms of if we try to, like, pick this lock, or if we go in the front door, is one of those feel more risky than the other?
Front door feels more risky.
Got it.
Okay. I'll, let me lockpick this door.
That's thievery.
Okay, that's 8 plus 4.
I mean, a lock's a lock. Times may have changed, but the general mechanics of picking a lock, that's pretty much eternal.
And technically that's a 12, right? So that's a critical success.
It is indeed a critical success, which means we get to have some good things happen to you. So when you go in the staff entrance, it looks to be like an old processing station, like an old jail. There's a couple of cells back here, but it's generally speaking completely empty and devoid of people. It looks like they weren't expecting you to go in the back door for some reason. The only thing that you do see in one of the jail cells is a large red imp.
Oh, are you the same one as before? Or are you a different imp?
Oh, god damn it, not you guys again.
You've already agreed not to snitch. See you later.
Hey, whoa. Back the fuck up. We agreed not to snitch on you to Merlin. This is a different whole shebang.
It still seems like Merlin.
Is this you made a deal? No, we're not making deals. We're not making deals with you.
I agree. I said from the get-go, do not make deals with imps.
And, might I remind you, you fucking owe me!
She owes you, I point at Teddy.
Don't worry, I'm pointing at her. I'm pointing at that bear.
Rawr. Teddy was like, the next part of this. Yeah, here's the next part. Can I point a gun at the imp?
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely can.
Yeah. And here's part 2. And then China shoots it.
Welcome to combat, I guess.
Oh my god.
Shooting
so
a
funny.
fucking imp. Attacks are, generally speaking, either melee or archery. We're gonna call archery kind of any ranged weapon in this case. That's how Sherwood defines it.
Any?
Sure.
Yeah, it does say any.
Okay.
Okay.
Attacks, of course, are skill checks, so go ahead and make me an archery skill check.
I rolled 7. So if I spin wits, I just spin 1? Is that what's
You
going
have
on?
to spend
Yeah.
3. It's a 3 for
Okay.
3. So it will bump you up to a 10.
Then I would do that.
Okay.
Which is so funny because, again, spending wits is the like, no, I've studied this. So she just spent the entire time in the car? Figuring
Just
out how the gun
studying her
works?
gun.
Yeah, so I needed to know my pyromancy. I was like, I honestly think that Teddy, like, in her hand was like heating up the bullets as she's putting it in.
Hell yeah.
That's,
So, like,
roll me 3d6 damage, please.
then 13.
Ooh. Ooh.
Bang, bang, bang.
You straight up doom guy this shit. You pull out your revolver and blast the imp's brains out.
Yeah.
And it is reduced to a steaming mass of imp corpse on the floor.
That was loud.
Shit.
It was exceptionally loud. In fact, it rung through the whole building. It was loud.
Oh no.
Ow, that hurt my ears.
That was explosive.
Pyromancy isn't usually that loud. Mr. Holmes, why didn't you tell us guns would be loud?
I didn't think I had to.
My ears are ringing.
I can't hear anything, but I just hold out a fist to Teddy and just be like, "That was rad as hell."
What? Teddy just go, what?
I invent the fist bump.
And then
yeah.
fist bump. What? Fist bump.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I grabbed something off the desk that I think might be valuable and we run.
There are a total of 6 shillings, a single rifle in a gun closet, and a set of keys.
I grab the keys
Fair enough.
and I run up the stairs.
Up you go.
I'll take the gun.
You take a rifle?
I want to take a gun.
All right, you now have a 46 damage rifle. You're just getting stacked up on things, eh?
You should
All
be good.
right. Okay, so you have been alerted the presence here in the little sheriff's office. Upstairs, there seems to be like some sort of olden times office building, we'll call it. You know, just desks, things to process paperwork, and knights. There are 2 knights in full plate up here.
I skitter around the corner and I kind of skid out and I go, oh, hi.
Merritt.
Oh, this is not going to be how this happens today.
All right, stand down. Do not touch the girl.
They don't, shut the fuck up.
Do not touch the person.
With 2 revolvers, just like, don't do anything,
Don't.
just go.
So if we have an order of operations, we have Merritt kind of off to the side, Pendragon up front with his big ass shield, 2 pistols drawn.
Try to get past. I'm just gonna kind of try to scramble past them nimbly as the older people take care of them and distract them and keep them tied up in combat. I have intentionally, Jenny, not added any more weapons or anything to my inventory because I am trying to stay at a light load for the sake of being nimble.
That's fair.
So.
And very smart.
Yeah, so I have advantage on checks related to speed or stealth because I have maintained that I only have 2 daggers and a little adventuring pack. So,
Fair enough. Go ahead and make your sneak.
okay, what would you, could we say that this is athletics?
I could say this is athletics.
Okay.
Did you not have a specific sneaking skill?
Thievery? It's the same modifier either way.
Yeah, I'd go with thievery.
Cool.
That sounds like it makes more sense to me.
10.
You are sneaking past these guys exceptionally well. You are able to kind of like juke them. They try swinging at you with their swords, but you're just too quick.
The one that swings at her, I want to take out my wine bottle and go to swing it at his head and go to sleep. Just
That's epic. Make me a melee check.
Classic Sister
Great.
Augusta. I'm 99% sure you literally did that in the first one shot.
I did. Pretty sure I did. Okay, I roll these. These are a disadvantage, right? I think because I don't have like
do you-
melee or anything.
Oh, if you don't have melee as a skill check, then yeah, that would be.
You don't have melee. Oh dear.
Hi.
So that's a 5.
Oh dear.
But then I will spend endurance to make it an 8.
Hell yeah.
And then
Spending
the
a lot of
wine
points
bottle
here.
does 46.
Yep,
Hell yeah.
it does.
So that is 16.
Yeah, he's out fucking cold and may also be dead.
Just boom. Go to sleep.
And then like you hear like the clatter of armor, just like punk.
And then I look at the other one and I'm like, do you want some of this too?
Hands up, just like whoa.
Let Salvador shoot someone.
Please, I want him to shoot.
I'll shoot someone next.
There's still a wizard upstairs that I am trying to burst in the door on.
You burst in the door. And everyone else is still dealing with this guy who has surrendered. So I think you all kind of casually jaunt to the door.
I can knock him out with my shield.
Yeah, you want to bash him with your shield for intimidation's sake?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, give him a bash.
A chow.
He's already surrendered. You just walk up slowly and just boom.
Yeah, listen, a person who has surrendered is just a person who can squeal later. So I rolled an 8 on the die, and my melee is +2.
Grant said
Nice.
no witnesses.
No witnesses, and I roll for 10 damage. I just walk up to this guy's head, and I look at him and go, I respect what you're doing, I understand, but I can't risk anything. I just whack him in the cranium.
All right. How much damage was it, you said?
10.
10 damage. Well, he's not dead.
I'm not trying to kill him.
No, but he definitely does get like knocked out cold. Like leans up against the wall like what?
All right, that should take care of that. Let's go figure out who killed this queen and get us a wizard.
All right, you gallivant up to the top floor. You have 2 snipers trained on you with rifles, who are also in full plate armor. And you have a very well-tailored man, kind of balding, big bushy mustache, twirling a wine glass menacingly with one hand behind his back on the top floor here. Directly to his left would be Sir Galahad.
I point directly at the well-tailored man, assuming his identity but not actually knowing it. I just gesture and point directly at him and say, "Aha! I have finally found you at last, my long-lost father!"
What?
And I run up and I hug him.
Get your filthy hands off of me.
Oh, Daddy, it's been so long. I grew up in a broken home. I've missed you so much.
You're going to break my spine. Get off of me.
I'm gesturing at the rest of the team while I'm doing
Can I use this as a distraction to shoot the guards?
I'd say so.
Now we're cooking.
I'm gonna try and tackle my guy to the ground so he doesn't get like crossfire.
Okay.
Also, I have Jack of all trades, so I don't roll with disadvantage.
Excellent.
Oh, you actually can use guns. It's crazy.
Let's go. So, okay, we're gonna do a couple of sequences here. So, you said you're
Yeah.
tackling Moriarty to the floor, right?
As I see Salvador draw his guns, I'm just gonna try and like use my limited weight and agility to just like judo flip him down to the ground.
Give me a melee.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Fuck yeah.
9 + 1.
So it hurts. Give me like a 2d6 damage check, I guess.
Yikes. 6.
Okay. Well, you do like kind of drop him to the floor. He kind of like hits his head. His wine gets like spilled out of his hand. Like, get off of me! What on earth are you doing? I had this whole speech planned out. And you're gonna shoot the guards?
Now, Jenny, humor me if you will. I'm a wizard with a gun. I know pyromancy. Could I infuse these bullets with pyromancy and use my sorcery skill?
You know, I love that. I love this for you. And I think I'm gonna let you.
Incredible.
Yes, I rolled a 10 with my +2, brings it up to a 12.
Yes, that's a crit, baby.
Gunshots ring out. In a burst of flaming light, you see 2 pistols drawn and then 2 projectiles get fired and hit them both square in the middle of the forehead. Those 2 snipers are dead as fuck. I don't even want to roll for damage on that one. That is just so fucking cool. They are dead as hell. What you do see next is concerning. So while it is a critical success, yes. Galahad kind of like ducks his head and like kind of hits the floor as well. So he's no longer an issue currently. That's your bonus. I am going to say, though, that you notice 2 white souls fleeing the bodies of the knights and head up.
Excuse me.
They're going to heaven. Stop them.
We're on the 3rd floor right now, or the 4th floor? So I do think, like, with that happening, she's seen people die before. She's never seen their soul leaving their body, and so that is interesting and suspicious. And also, Merlin is not in this room, and we were told that Merlin was there. I'm going to roll to see if I can use my true sight. What
All
pow?
right, roll for sus.
That is an 8. So I'm going to spend that 2 willpower to use clairvoyance to try to see. I'm just going to follow those souls to wherever they're going. I kind of like duck behind the bigger party members who have guns and guns. I'm flexing as I like just get a 50-yard stare and I'm following the souls.
Your eyes fully color in with the color of whatever your irises are.
Hazel.
For your true sight. That's cool. And on the roof, you see some sort of weird magical technological contraption. You're not entirely certain what it does, but you do see a man with an impossibly long beard operating it.
Keep them occupied, everybody. And I go to try to find my way to the roof.
With Moriarty pinned and with Galahad on the floor and with you, Merritt, going up to the roof, anybody else want to do anything in this room?
Did the door shut when everybody else rushed in? Or was it open? Okay. You guys just see that Augusta walks in full plate armor.
Nice.
During this entire fight, she was out there taking armor off one of the knights and putting it on. She's like,
I think you see Merritt dart past you as she leaves the room to go up.
okay, fight's over. I'm a little late.
Well, Sherlock Holmes would come in at this point, and start putting handcuffs on both Galahad and Moriarty. It's like, you're both under arrest for the murder of Queen Victoria. And I even had this whole thing planned out where I would put you in a trap with this random woman. What the fuck's going on?
I kind of like scoot past Sherlock Holmes as Galahad's being arrested, and I pull out my hand axe and kind of hold it up to him. And you go, when is Arthur?
When is he? He's everywhere. Don't you know? That's the plan. He's to rule in every age, Kay.
Where is his physical body currently?
Oh, that's the problem. I think right now it should be on the throne across time, in every timeline. He's everywhere, Kay.
God, you are just so fucking stupid. God, I hate you. If you're not a pious little fucking whiny bastard, you're a bootlicker.
I only worship the one true God and he who should sit on his throne, Kay.
Yeah, whatever. What the hell ever. I like look at Sherlock Holmes for a second and I go, Mr. Holmes, if you'll oblige me, I don't believe this particular knight is in your jurisdiction.
I'll turn my back a moment.
Excellent decision. I'm gonna try and cut his head off.
Hell yeah. Let's kill Sir Galahad.
Kill the round table, baby. It's the name of the series. Okay, so I do 2d6 to make sure I can hit him. I roll the 6, but I'm going to spend 2 endurance to bring it to an 8.
That's a swell plan.
And then damage will be 11.
Ooh,
Sick.
that is sick as fuck. Yeah, I mean, you're aiming for neck. It's a very sensitive part of the body. You do a lot of damage to him. Head comes clean off in a tale of revenge.
I turn around to look at everyone, and I just kind of like look upset, but I just address it, and I say, the Knights of the Round Table are supposed to not exist.
What do you mean?
We lived our time. We lived our lives. We should be banished to the realms of myth and legend at this point, if what Holmes is saying is true.
Oh, sure,
I-
but so should we, and we're here, so...
Well, we're here because of magic. They're here because of devilry.
Oh.
I think that's the same
Same
thing.
thing. Yeah, I fist bump Augusta.
My point being, see a knight, kill a knight.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, of course, yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
that makes sense.
Been doing that.
kind of
making-
late to that
but-
revelation.
I'm just making sure we're on the same page here. I decapitated a man in front of everyone here.
Aren't you a knight?
I stand by what I said.
Okay, so but you don't want us to kill you, probably.
You can do with me what you wish to do with me once the job is done.
Put that head in a sack so we can talk to it later.
Puts head in sack.
You have obtained the head of Sir Galahad.
Putting
Incredible.
it on
Write
my
that
sheet.
down.
I've dragged Teddy with me up there.
Ah! No, I was kidding. No, I was kidding.
We're going to the roof. The wizard is on the roof.
Merlin is indeed on the roof, standing next to a man in large gold armor who stands at about 7 feet tall. He's a very large boy, this King Arthur.
Oh.
So, what you see is King Arthur plunging Excalibur into a device that you didn't recognize. But what baffles you, Merritt, is you didn't see him on the roof.
Yeah. That's why I said, oh. Hey Merlin, what the fuck? We were having a fight.
Yeah.
And who's this guy?
You do not recognize your rightful king?
Well, no, in whatever way you're asking, no.
No.
This, my friends, is King... Fuck you! I saw you flip me off. Fuck you back! This, my friends, is King Arthur.
Oh, so this
And
one.
I-
I turn to Teddy. He's a cuck.
Oh. That's all I needed to know. Brings out the gun.
Once again, we got to stop kink shaming these people.
Gotta stop.
What if I was into it? Did you ever consider that?
I think you banished Sir Lancelot to guard that road in the time of Robin Hood. That was explicitly established.
Oh yeah, that was really funny, wasn't it? Yeah.
I throw a dagger at King Arthur.
Ooh. That is a very interesting idea.
So I mostly said that without thinking because I was like, this is kind of like, fuck the king. But I do not have proficiency in archery, and this would use archery because it is a ranged attack. This is why I took 2 daggers, because I knew I would be bad at throwing it. Hopefully I can get it back later. Oh, that could have been a crit. That could have been a crit, but it's not. That is not going to be enough. I got a 7 total.
King Arthur would reach up as the knife spins in the air and is slowly grinding to a halt in the middle of time. He simply reaches up, grabs it, and puts it down on the floor while maintaining direct eye contact with you.
You didn't even keep it?
Didn't even keep it. He is being a little bit of a bitch. Merlin, depose of these outlaws, would you? Send them where they won't be able to find us. In fact, send the whole building for all I care.
Whoa, let's slow down there, buddy. I was like, whoa, we shouldn't do that. And then she's just like, again, like, I guess answering everything with a gun. She should pull up both of the guns up. And it's like, we're not sending anyone anywhere.
Alrighty, make me a check for
Yeah.
it. Give me that archery.
Woo. I'm gonna use my wits again. Or, yeah, like, add,
Running a little low on these.
yeah, but, you know, yeah. So that will bring it up to a 10 on my end.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so bullets crack from the pistols. Go ahead and give me your 3d6 damage here.
8.
8. Awesome. You hit King Arthur in the arm with both of your shots here. He grabs at his arm, yowling in pain, and he says, "Just do it! Send them anywhere!" You feel that ever-familiar tug on your body as time begins to slowly corrode around you. The whole entirety of the building is starting to disintegrate as time itself begins to warp and twist and bend. Some of the stone hews back into the mountain from whence it came. Some of the logs turn back into trees as you watch them float back effortlessly where they originally came from. Steel turns back into iron, turns back into ore, turns back into stone. Moriarty and Sherlock Holmes get sent back to where they belong, one of which is a prison, one of which is back at his detective agency. But the rest of you and the entirety of the building once again get sent through time. As things begin to slowly shift and speed up and slow down and things become incomprehensible, and you all wake up smack dab in the middle of Scotland Yard.
Well, shit.
Things are once again different. The cobblestone streets appear to be a distinctly just slate gray slab. You hear the sounds of what appears to be a tornado directly overhead as a metal bird descends from the sky with blades whirling around as swords and lands directly in front of you. Several men in black suits of armor of material you have never seen before start pointing rifles at you. You recognize what a rifle is, but these ones look a lot different. These ones look more dangerous, more deadly. A man in a black suit and a black tie steps forward from the helicopter and stares the six of you down and asks, "Wow, what's all this then?"
Who the hell are you?
Bond.
Oh.
James Bond.
Shut the fuck up!
I thought it was Mr.
Shut the fuck up, Connery.
You know, from my bingo card for this, I did not think someone flirting with Sherlock Holmes was going to happen.
Really?
You didn't think
Are you
drunk
serious?
nun
What?
flirting with Sherlock Holmes was like 100%?
Going this
Wasn't,
hard?
wasn't the guarantee.
That's the Sherlock Holmes.
Augusta being the one doing it, I can see you not foreseeing that, but any of us flirting with Sherlock?
Yeah,
It's a low
You
ball.
have a lot of bisexuals in this
It's a low
room.
ball to drop.
it's a lot.
A low bar. What am I talking about? Anyways.
Center yourself, Jenny.